How's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you see this message, day or night. So yeah, we are doing Gemini again, or we're doing all the signs again, since this is going to be a little early that I am posting these, but this is for July 1st through July 16th. So we started with Cancer because it's Cancer season, and then I went back to Aries and I'm kind of going in order from there. So anyway, it is a general reading, so it can cover anything like friends, family, health, love, work, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And I pulled all your cards here and your oracle cards at the very end that we'll get into in just a moment here, Gemini. But I also want to go over a couple astrology notes during this time. That's going to be general for everybody. So if you're familiar with my channel and maybe you've watched one of the other readings that I've already posted, you can always, after the live, if you're not watching the live, you can feel free to, fast forward through this astrology note stuff, and when you see me hitting the sound bell, that's like officially when we're getting into your tarot reading here. Okay, but I do feel like some of these astrology notes are important to talk about, so that's why we're doing it, right? Okay, Gemini, we're going to start again. This is a reading for July 1st through the 16th, okay? So your first thing we'll talk about here, and again, this is for everybody, just astrology notes. July 1st is the last quarter moon. And then on July 3rd, Jupiter quintiles Uranus. Okay, so Uranus rules Aquarius. Air sign Aquarius, and it deals with technology, rebellion, and innovation. Okay, so there could be something that is going to be going on in those themes for you. Okay, for some people, Jupiter, I believe, will still be in retrograde on July 3rd because it just went into retrograde on June 20th. Okay. It's I'm filming this on June 18th, so I have to look at my notes, right? Yeah, that could be something around those themes that you can look into, right? So normally Jupiter is all about expansion and growth. Okay, so when it's quintiles, if I'm saying that right, with Uranus, it could make those themes not as big as normal, but it really, again, depends on what's going on in your unique journey, where you are in your life, okay? So that's why I always encourage everyone, if you haven't already, get your own birth chart. Whether you know your birth time or not, you can get a pretty basic one online just by Googling it for free. And yes, so also wanted to say, I think I forgot to say this in the beginning, whenever you see this reading, it is meant for you, as time is fluid and timeless. Okay, so for instance, this reading could resonate for you months in the past, or even years in the past, months in the future, or even years in the future. It all really depends. Okay. Also wanted to say, oh no, I lost my train of thought. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh my God, good times. Also want to say that this reading may resonate for you, even if you're not a Sun, Rising, Moon, or Venus Gemini. Okay, so since we all have all the 12 signs throughout our chart, it may still resonate for you. Okay, back to the astrology notes. All right, so we just talked about July 3rd. Okay, so then July 9th, the new moon is in Cancer. And by the way, all of this is in the description box below. I just listed the basic stuff I'm going to talk about really quickly, but there's a website link, it's not mine, that goes over the astrology of the whole year, the exact times and degrees of the planets and signs that they're going into. So if you want to look in the past or in the future, you can check it out there. But yeah, so the new moon is going in Cancer on July 9th, right? Because by then we'll be in Cancer season, okay? And the new moon is good for manifesting for some people. But again, I was saying earlier in one of the other videos, do your magic whenever you want to do your magic, right? There's no wrong time for manifesting or creating magic, okay? It's all about your intention. So some people like to do it on the new moon, but it really just depends, okay? And then going forward on July 11th, okay, for you in particular, oh my God, in particular, Gemini, since Mercury rules your sign, it's leaving your sign on July 11th, and it's entering Cancer. So sorry. 1 second. Okay. And so I also mentioned in one of the other videos, right, that since we had Mercury retrograde, that we're still in until about June 22nd, and then Mercury goes direct then, and it was Mercury retrograde in your sign during your season. It could have been particularly rough for some of you guys, not everybody, right? Everyone is different. But I was saying for everyone in general, I feel like once Mercury leaves Gemini and goes into Cancer, July 11th, it will be a nice breather. Okay, it will be intense too, but in other ways. Since Gemini is in the more, stereotypical meaning of Gemini, more talkative and about communications and communicative, while Cancer doesn't mean they don't like to talk, right? But it could just be more of a emotional, watery, nurturing, kind of calming energy. So particularly after Mercury retrograde, that might be a nice change for everyone. All right. But maybe not you. Maybe you want it to stay that way. I don't know, Gemini, but we'll get into that later. And then moving forward on July 14th, we have the Pallas Retrograde. I think I'm saying that right. Okay. Some people call it Athena Pallas. Okay. So Athena Pallas is an asteroid, not a planet. But it is going in retrograde, right? Not all retrogrades are bad, as we know. And some people can feel any movement of a planet or an asteroid that's big enough, whether it's going retrograde, right, going backwards, or it's going forward. Some people can feel it weeks, months, days in advance or after. Okay, so again, really depends on how sensitive you are. So what does that mean for us? It means that if there was anything in the past, any place in the past where you made like hasty decisions, or you took actions without thinking things through all the way, or without making plans, the Athena Pallas retrograde is really asking you to use your intellect and your organizational skills, and really being clear about your decisions before you make them, before you take action. Okay, and then the last thing we'll talk about real quickly is the Chiron retrograde, which is happening on July 15th. Okay, so Chiron rules, he's the Greek god of healing. Okay, he's the wounded healer. Okay. Also, side note, I do have an Athena and Chiron candle on my website if you want to check it out. I have other Greek gods and goddesses, but anyway, that's not why I'm doing this. So when Chiron goes into retrograde, it could be saying to go over some past wounds that maybe didn't heal properly, or that had an infection, right? So obviously I'm talking about a metaphor, not about your physical body, since I'm not a doctor, right? But I also wanted to say earlier too, that anytime a planet goes direct or retrograde, if there's not anything in particular that you can think of that's going on for you at that current time, you can, even if you're just curious, to go back like a year ago or the last time. Not all of the rotations are yearly, but you can look at like where you were the last time that planet or that asteroid was going through a retrograde or going direct. Okay, so I wrote it down finally because I kept talking about it, having to look it up. But the last time Chiron was in retrograde, right? Is that right? Yes. Because because I wrote it. Oh no, where did I write it? Hold on, guys. I wrote it like in between two things, so it should still be up here. Okay, yeah, it's not the Chiron retrograde. The last time Athena Pallas retrograded was May 18th of 2020 through September 5th, 2020. So for that retrograde, you can check back then. I'm gonna get it together one day, guys. Okay. September 5th of last year, big arrow. There we go. And then, did I write down last time Chiron was in retrograde? I did not. Well, let's look it up real quick. And Mercury's still in retrograde while I'm filming this, guys. So we'll blame it on that and lack of sleep, right? Okay. Whatever. Chiron retrograde 2020 dates. Okay, so last time Chiron was in retrograde was July 11th, 2020. So or almost a couple of days before this year. Okay. And last time it went retrograde in Aries, right? Okay. And it was there until December. So Chiron retrograde July 11th, 2020 to December 13th, 2020. So again, why is this maybe important for some people? Because there could be similar themes around some type of healing or wounds that didn't heal right, or that need to be reopened or revisited, or they're coming together and maybe they did heal right, but there's additional healing, or there's, just something going on there with healing. Okay, so with all that being said, let's get to your reading here, Gemini. And yeah, we're going to do a little sound bell to ground ourselves. And for some general healing, we're just talking about Chiron. Okay, so if you want to, like I always say, you can take a deep breath in and out whenever, or you can just listen to. All right. Okay, Gemini. That was a loud one. I hope I didn't break anyone's eardrums. I didn't realize how hard I hit it. So gentle. Also forgot to say earlier, if you're new, welcome. And of course, if you come back, welcome back too. So we're going to go over your first main 6 cards here in the center, and then we'll go over what's on the top and the bottom of each deck and your tarot confirmation cards. Okay, so this first row here is energy starting around July 1st, okay, a little bit before, a little bit after, through the first week and weekend of July, and then the same idea for the second row is the second week and weekend of July till about the 16th or so. Again, it can be a little bit before, a little bit after. Also, I don't remember now if I said it earlier, but no, I did say it. Okay. I was going to say all readings are timeless, again, in case someone missed that, because they just told me to say it again. So anyway, Gemini, let's set the timer, even though we don't always go on timer. So what do we have here for you? We have the Emperor upright. We have Princess of Sacred Circles in the reverse, or Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Staves or Five of Wands upright, Ace of Sacred Circles or Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Fool upright. Okay. So yes, Gemini, if again, just as a reminder, if this isn't your energy, it could be the person or people you're dealing with, an organization, or your general environment situation. Okay. But to start off your reading here with, you have the Emperor, not a bad card to start with, okay? This is a very nice, stable energy, a balancing between feminine and masculine energy, a yin and a yang, right? He's very confident. Okay, he's sitting on his throne here. He's the Emperor. It is Aries. This is the card of Aries. So you could be dealing with an Aries or have a lot of Aries in your chart, or it could be nothing at all having anything to do with, and that's okay too. I just try to remember to call out the zodiac signs when I see it. Sometimes I don't always remember. But anyway, this is a very nice energy, right? Of also, he has worked hard to get to this position, okay? And he has the ability to see things from a higher perspective with the bird that's on his staff there. The only, thing I would say about this card sometimes is that he can get a little bit lazy or stubborn in like not wanting to do to change his position or to look at something from a different perspective. You get a little stuck in his ways, okay? So just wanted to say that, right? Because there are positive and negative attributes of every card, okay? But I really feel like this is a nice energy of people looking up to you. You're feeling a lot of support around you too, with him sitting on the throne. And again, this could be energy from the recent past here, Gemini, or your current energy still lingering around here, okay? Sorry, hold on. I think I had this here for when I was going to talk about what was in the top and the bottom of your first deck here, but I will go ahead and say it after your second card because I was going to do that. Yeah. So your second card here, Gemini, is the Princess of Sacred Circles, also known as the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So this is an energy of feeling a little bit of lack of confidence, okay? I don't always say that with this card, but that's just the feeling that I get for some people. It's definitely a stagnant energy of not feeling able to plant the seeds for the future, okay? Also, again, when I was talking about with the Emperor card, right, the first card, being a little stuck in their ways, not wanting to learn something new, possibly, right? Since she's a princess, she's not a queen yet, but if she was upright, she would be slowly ascending and moving higher up, okay? But yeah, let's get into why this card is here, okay? Because this is what your confirmation cards, and these aren't confirmation cards per se, but they're very similar. They're energy from the recent past and why certain cards are here. I just said that, sorry. And energy that's still lingering around, okay? So what was on the top of your deck, of the Llewellyn deck, the one with the yellow border here, the camera's having some issues focusing. There we go, at least on the cards. Is the Two of Swords upright was on the top, and the Six of Wands is in reverse on the bottom. Okay, so this is saying in the recent past, Gemini, you were in this energy for some of you where you were not taking action because you were going inward to try to make a decision with your heart and not just your intellect, okay? And possibly in the past, you hadn't come to make that decision yet, but you were starting the process of even opening your heart chakra in some way, okay? Again, if it's not you, it could be the person you're dealing with or your environment. And then there's an energy here that goes along with that of either not feeling enough support from friends and family or your support system, whatever it may be, okay, during that time where you were slowing down and trying to open your heart chakra. And also possibly a celebration was put on hold or just stagnant energy, not moving forward. But it's really because you were doing or somebody here was doing that inner work that we all need to do at some point in time. Okay, so that could be why we have this Princess of Sacred Circles in the reverse, right? That lack of confidence, not being able to plant seeds for the future or feel abundant or be open to learning new things could be because you're so focused on opening your heart chakra in a particular way or about a particular decision, that it could be clouding your other judgment as far as being open to doing that in a different way or doing other things in a different way. And it could just be making you feel like, even though you always do have support around you, feeling like there could be certain people in the past that really didn't want you to work on yourself, because that happens for a lot of us sometimes. Okay. But yeah, let's keep going forward because you do have some really nice cards here, right? I always say, don't worry. Okay, nothing ever stays in the same energy. Things ebb and flow all the time for all of us. Okay, so anyway, moving forward, my chair's stuck here. Okay, I felt like I was really far from the screen for a second. All right, and then one of you do have two repeating cards in this reading here, Gemini. And your first one, okay, is the same as your third card. I won't tell you exactly where it is yet, and we'll go into all that later. But it's the Five of Staves or Five of Wands upright, okay? So when this is coming after the Princess of Sacred Circles or Princess of Pentacles in reverse, this is basically saying, reach out to that support system, right? Ask friends, family, your ancestors, people who have passed away, friends or family that has passed away, your angels, the universe, whoever, whatever, right? As long as they're positive, okay? They're not negative people who are trying to make your vibration go down. As long as they can help you get into the mindset, Gemini. And it could be, because normally you don't have a problem with becoming goofy, right? Not taking life so seriously. Usually that's not a problem for you, okay? But it definitely happens for all of us at different times. I say that because I'm a Sagittarius and Gemini is opposite of Sagittarius. So I don't mean in a bad way. I love my Geminis. But yeah, so you see in this card here, in the Five of Staves or Five of Wands upright, there's four people, right? And they're working on some type of scroll here when it focuses. But yeah, they're wanting to help this main person. There's people that want to help you, Gemini, or situations, circumstances that are going to help you as long as you're open to it. And so you're doing that play and that practicing and not taking everything as seriously, but also letting your friends help you or whatever your support system is get organized about something, okay? And I really feel like that will get you back on track to planting seeds for the future, right? Because you're going to organize, okay? So that you can see the transition from your second card to your third card here. So very nice. All right. Now, moving forward here, Gemini, your fourth card here is the Ace of Sacred Circles in the reverse or Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is also your second repeating card. I'll show you where the other one is later, okay? But this is stagnant energy, right? Not accepting the gifts from the universe or trusting in your own gifts, okay? If you put it together with your other second card, the Princess of Sacred Circles in reverse, they're both sacred circles or they're both pentacles in the reverse, okay? And so that's why I said there could be a little bit of issue of lack of confidence somewhere, even if it's lack of confidence in your own abilities. And I really feel like a lot of times when we are going back to energy from the past, the Two of Swords, A lot of times when we are doing the inner work that we need, clearing our spiritual house too, or opening our heart chakra, okay, that when we're going through a lot of inner world changes, okay, this can perhaps for some people make you less confident in other areas because you're changing what you thought you knew about one thing, and then it makes you kind of question other things too. Sorry, that is right on the bell. The universe is confirming what I said there. All right, but again, don't lose faith because there's still some good cards coming up. Okay, so moving forward here, we have your fifth card as the Hanged Man in reverse, or in this deck, it's just called the Hanged One. Okay, but it's the Hanged Man in reverse. So when we have this card in the reverse position, it's talking about, again, a little bit of the energy of the Emperor, of the Princess of Sacred Circles in reverse, of not wanting to look at something from a different perspective, okay? To learning, being open to learning something new, right? So, in this deck, they show it as baby in the womb, right? So normally if it was right side up and the baby is being born, they come out head first, right? So I guess this way it would be breached, as they say, or whatever. But yeah, it's just being, having a harder time grounding yourself, not wanting to learn something new or see something from a larger, different perspective. And it's so easy, Gemini, and this could be happening more towards the second week of July, where you had that little lack of confidence in your own abilities. So then you are like, if everything around me is changing inside, right, with the heart chakra opening, or if it's not, again, you, Gemini, it could be someone around you, that you might want to try to rely on certain things that you thought would hold true throughout your life, certain truths. And so you're like, no, I'm not going to change my mind about this thing. Like, I'm going to just be really stubborn. Sorry, I don't know what that impression is, but you guys get what I'm saying, okay? So your last card in the main six, thank God, Gemini, right, is the Fool upright. So the Fool is open to looking foolish, to learning something new, to to getting out of that energy you had with the Hanged Man in the reverse position. Okay, so it also ask yourself, the way that this card is depicted in this deck, issues of ego, identity, right? How do you see yourself? How do others see you? Do you care? Okay, this is also a card of making a leap of faith, of trusting in the universe, of trusting in yourself, of trusting in your intuition. Okay, so this is definitely a nice card to have as your last card in the main six. Okay, and this could be happening for you, Gemini, for some of you guys, more towards the end of the second week or weekend to like mid-July. Okay. Now, moving forward, this is where we're going to get into your confirmation cards. Oh, wait. Yes. Before we go forward, I got excited and I forgot, but it's okay because I'm supposed to talk about it with the Fool, so it's actually okay because I didn't completely forget. What was on the top and the bottom of your other deck here? The main six, the Ancestral Path Tarot, okay? So this is, again, we talk about what's on the top and the bottom, energy from the recent past. What is recent? You have to ask yourself that. And why certain cards have come out, okay? Excuse me. So on the top, you have Judgment upright, and on the bottom, you have the Magician upright. So this is saying, possibly, Gemini, the reason why, and we'll even go back a little bit to the Hanged Man in reverse, okay? Why this Hanged Man was in reverse, why you didn't want to look at something from a new perspective, why you didn't want to be open to learning or regrounding yourself. Because there was some judgment in the past that wasn't possibly justified or wasn't in your favor, or you felt like it wasn't just or rationalized, or you didn't understand it, possibly, whatever it was, okay? So there's a little bit in the way that this card is depicted in this deck, is this woman, okay, at the top of the card, has that self-destructive tendency. if she doesn't like the judgment that's made, okay? For some, okay, the other thing is the judgment card asks us, what do we want to resurrect, right? At the end of the Bible, not the end of the Bible, but at the end of the world, in the Bible, you know, that God says if you are a good person, that you'll be resurrected on the day of judgment, whatever, right? So normally in this card, you would see people rising up out of their graves, okay? So for some of you, if in the past, when things didn't go right and you didn't get the outcome that you wanted, maybe in the past, Gemini, you became self-destructive, okay, with punching the mirror. Again, going back to also the repeated imagery of the mirror in the Fool card too, right? So maybe in the past, you used to really get hard on yourself, do self-destructive behaviors, or not work on yourself as far as your ego and identity. Okay, and this is asking yourself, how did that work in the past? Were you still able to manifest when you did that? Okay, is anyone really able to manifest properly when they're doing that? Probably not. Okay, so when this comes up again with the Fool, it's like things are not always going to go our way, right? We're all adults. Okay, so let's not harm ourselves or others, and let's try to change that energy and make it a fuel or a catalyst to focus on something else, but to keep moving forward. All right. Now we'll get into your confirmation cards, Gemini. So what do we have here? Your first card, yes, is the Five of Wands in reverse. Your second card is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, your two repeating cards, and then your last third confirmation card is the Two of Wands upright. Okay, so we'll go in order here. I want to just show it really quickly with the Five of Staves upright and the Five of Wands in reverse, right? So they're both, whether they call them wands or staves, they're the same. So the big one, the yellow border, this is energy from the past, and this is energy, current energy in the future for this reading, okay? So in the past, perhaps some of you Gemini didn't want to get help from your support system by playing, practicing, and planning for the future in a more relaxed way. There was part of you or someone around you that was resisting that type of energy. But here you are in the future accepting it. And that is so beautiful, right? Because obviously, anytime for anyone, the more relaxed you are, the easier it is to do anything, right? And especially to manifest and make plans for the future. Okay, so that can just that alone shows you that, again, the work that you've been doing. Okay, so that's beautiful, Gemini. Now, since that wasn't actually the card it was confirming, I just wanted to show you a little bit of how the imagery was different or the same with the same card, okay, but in different positions, all right? So this energy, right, at the Five of Wands in the recent past of not wanting to be open to playing and practicing with your support system to help you plan for the future could have been what got you into your first card of the energy of the Emperor, of being a little bit stuck in your ways, being a little bit lazy, having, things done for you, possibly because of the Emperor energy. And I'll just leave it at that, okay? And then when the Five of Wands is in reverse, also confirming the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, or Ace of Sacred Circles in reverse, that lack of confidence in your own gifts or abilities could be because in the recent past, maybe you didn't want to play and practice with your support system, with your friends or family, or passed on loved ones, ancestors, all of those things, because you maybe were embarrassed, because maybe you saw it as a sign of weakness, or you just didn't want them, to see you that way, okay? Now, moving forward, your second confirmation card, right? The second repeating card, right on the bell there. Don't worry about the timers. I always set them in the I don't go according to time because I'm timeless, damn it. Everyone's timeless. Okay, here you have, guys, both of your Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Sacred Circles is the same thing as Ace of Pentacles. So this time, this big one, the yellow one, is energy from the recent past, and then the other one is our present moment that we're talking about for this reading. Okay, so they're both in the same position. So again, stagnant energy, not being confident in the gifts that you've received from the universe, what you're good at, not being confident in your gifts, or just feeling stuck in some way, okay? And having a hard time to manifest. So I just wanted to show you those two cards together because this second Ace of Pentacles is not actually confirming that one. We already did that one. It's confirming the Princess of Sacred Circles in reverse and the Hanged Man in the reverse, okay? So see if I can stay still. All right, there you go. So again, that energy of not being confident in yourself made it hard for you to plan for the future and to move forward and accept your abundance, whatever form of abundance you were looking for, whether it's money, whatever your goals are, starting a new business, moving, starting a relationship, whatever. Okay, and then also with that stagnant energy, not trusting in your own gifts from the universe, this made you not want to look at something from a new perspective, when part of you maybe knew deep down that that simple change of perspective would really help you. All right, moving forward. And yes, Two of Wands upright. This is a similar energy, but different. The only way they're similar with the Two of Swords, this is swords and this is wands, right? But the Two of Swords from the past and the Two of Wands also from the past is that they're both observation cards. That's really the only kind of similarity they have, okay? But Two of Wands energy is people watching, slowing down, going within. It's similar energy to the Hermit, okay? And really thinking about your next move before you make it. Also possibly maybe looking at others and how they've dealt with a similar situation that you might find yourself in, okay? But not a bad card. It just is what it is, okay? And you see that with this woman looking into the crystal ball, all right? So when this energy is confirming the Five of Staves or Five of Wands upright and the Fool upright, this is telling us, get them all together here, that you, Gemini, used this time, okay, whether this is past and present. I feel like it's both. When I do the third card, I usually feel like it's a little bit of both, okay? Of slowing down, looking at how other people do things, and really thinking before making your next decision is what got you into the energy of reaching out to your support system, doing the playing and practicing, taking life not so seriously, and then getting organized for the future. And again, the energy of slowing down too also had you make some type of leap of faith, or you will if you haven't done it yet in the future, or trust in yourself more. Okay, let go of issues of ego and identity and move into the future with more trust. So beautiful. All right, Gemini. So that is your reading as far as the tarot, but real quickly, because here we are. We got your three little oracle cards. So your first one, and I looked it up ahead of time, it's just one sentence, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, but it is karmic relationships, and it says Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict, okay? And you see it's almost like a mirror image. One person is standing on one earth and the other is on the other, okay? So this is what it says. It says, let me try to stand still or sit still. Which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? Again, going back to the Hanged Man in reverse. How are you being called to allow growth through the conflict? All right. Something to definitely think about. All right. And then your second oracle card, your love card here, Gemini, whether for romantic or platonic or self-love, okay? Your message is let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Let me see if it'll focus. There we go. So yeah, I kind of feel like you have started to do this. Again, take it how it resonates, but I feel like this one really goes with the Five of Wands upright or Five of Staves upright. Because the more that you relax, right, ask friends, family, support systems, whatever they are for you, to help you in planning for the future, the better things will go, right? Because no one's really in control, right? Control is an illusion, just like time. All right, so that could be a message for some of you guys. Not a bad message, okay? And then your very last oracle card. So funny because what did I do before this? Taurus. Taurus got the goose, and you got the garoose. I don't know, guys. It's like similar but different, okay? But anyway, it says express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing, okay? I think I looked it up before. It's either the difference is the size, like a regular goose, or one might be like this French spelling. I can't remember now. But anyway, it's a good message, right? Movement, dance, okay? That definitely goes too with your love message. Let go of control, right? Control issues. And then this says let go of control of your body, relax more, all those things. Okay, Gemini? So very nice. So that is your reading. As always, I will be posting a photo shortly of all your cards here if you want to take a look, but you don't have to, of course. But I will have it up on my Facebook page. So if you want to check it out, all you have to do is go in the description box below and then just follow the instructions there to check it out. Other than that, thank you guys so much, as always, for your reviews, for your shares. It really helps my channel, for your likes. And if you haven't already subscribed and you want to, it is free. All you have to do is click on the bell icon on the bottom right there and make sure it's blue and active. And it'll just let you know, oops, sorry, I hit the table. It'll let you know when I put out new videos. So yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and take all the animals out, and then I will be back with Leo since we already did Cancer before. So if you want to join me there, that's awesome. But if not, that's okay too. So you guys take care, and I'll see you later. All right. Bye.